I'm not going to sit here and gloat about how out of the 158 YouTube channels making UFC picks in 2025, Fight IQ with Vaughn was the 5th most accurate with a 68.7% accuracy rate, 5th most profitable, 5th most accurate picking the favorite fighter, 2nd most profitable picking the favorite fighter, 4th most accurate picking the winner and method of victory, and 5th most profitable picking the winner and method of victory. We're here to break down UFC 324, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Kicking off the main card is UFC debutant Ty Miller versus Adam Fugitt. Miller is undefeated in his professional career, but this will be his biggest test to date. Fugitt is coming off a loss to Islam Dulatov, and he's only won 2 of his 5 UFC fights. Miller opened up as the -192 favorite and is now the -355 favorite with a win probability of 78%. The win probability calculator has Miller as a slight favorite at -113 with a true win probability of 53.1%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Miller to win 74% of the time, 40% via KO, 34% via decision, as Miller's takedown defense nullifies Fugitt's most viable path to victory, forcing a striking battle where Miller holds massive striking advantages in volume, accuracy, defense, and strike differential, allowing him to outland Fugitt. The expected outcome on fight odds is Miller via KO 46% of the time. Fugitt could be on a 3-fight losing streak had it not been for that split decision win over Josh Quinlan. Fugitt has had his place in mixed martial arts, but is nowhere near the top 15 of the UFC welterweight division. Miller, on the other hand, is the talk of the town, and anyone who knows Miller gushes about his abilities. He has excellent striking, his punches have no wind-up or tell, it's just a technical masterclass in boxing. Miller also has a plus 1.8 strike differential and a 70% strike defense, which will force Fugitt to try to grapple. But Miller has excellent takedown defense, and Fugitt's going to have a hell of a time trying to secure a takedown with just a 25% takedown accuracy rate. My pick is Ty Miller via KO. Next up is Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Turcios. Both fighters are coming off 2 losses, and Ricky is coming off a year-plus layoff. Smotherman opened up as the -230 favorite and is now the -198 favorite with a win probability of 66.4%. The win probability calculator has Smotherman as the slight favorite at -135 with a true win probability of 57.4%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Smotherman to win 86% of the time, 45% via decision, 35% via KO, as Turcios is hampered by ring rust due to his 371-day layoff. The expected outcome on fight odds is Smotherman via KO, TKO 43% of the time. There are major red flags for both of these fighters who are desperate for a win. Smotherman is favored to win based on Turcios' layoff penalty and his 44% takedown defense. Neither fighter really has a clear advantage over the other, both have poor strike accuracy, but Smotherman's strike defense is slightly better, and in a game of inches, centimeters make a difference. Smotherman has the wrestling defense to neutralize Turcios' grappling, making this a stand-up fight where Turcios has a 2-inch reach advantage. But Turcios' range management is crap, and he continually gets into wars he does not need to engage in. He rushes in and then gets taken down. Maybe Smotherman displays some fight IQ and uses Turcios' aggression to take him to the mat and score some points. Smotherman can get stuck into a counter-striking game plan with little activity, costing him decisions. Smotherman needs to be more active, dictating the pace and the range. My pick is Cameron Smotherman via decision. Next we have Josh the Incredible Hokit versus Denzel Luke Box Freeman. Hokit is undefeated in his short professional career while Freeman is on a 3-fight win streak. Hokit opened as the -218 favorite and is now the -245 favorite with a win probability of 71%. The win probability calculator has Hokit as the favorite at -295 with a true win probability of 74.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Hokit to win 89% of the time, 50% via KO, 35% via decision, as Hokit implements his insane wrestling at with a 12.8% takedown average, which is his A-game trump card against Freeman's 50% takedown defense, taking Freeman down and never letting him back up. The expected outcome on fight odds is Hokit via KO 62% of the time. I'll admit I wasn't much of a believer in the incredible Hawk, but he's finished every fight in emphatic fashion, and it's impossible to deny his talent. Hokit has the advantages in practically all the fighter metrics, dominating the striking and grappling departments. Hokit has a larger positive strike differential at plus 3.7 compared to Freeman's differential at plus 1.27, paving the way for Hokit to win via volume and damage. Freeman's performance against Marek Buljo was lackluster at best, landing a total of 49 strikes and going to a decision. He does not have that killer instinct he needs to survive in this game. Both fighter stats are a product of the same environment, low-level competition. So this is going to be a fight that separates the cans from the prospects. Look for Hokit to start fast and put Freeman away early. My pick is Josh Hokit via KO. Next, we have a certified banger between Alexander Hernandez and Michael Johnson. Hernandez is on a 4-fight win streak and Johnson is on a 3-fight win streak. Hernandez opened up as a minus 192 favorite, and he remains a minus 192 favorite with a win probability of 65.8%. The win probability calculator has Hernandez as the favorite at minus 226, with a true win probability of 69.3%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Hernandez to win 77% of the time, 45% via KO, 32% via decision, as the dog factor is triggered for Hernandez, giving him a late-round attritional victory over the compromised Johnson. The expected outcome on fight odds is Hernandez via KO 46% of the time. Two wily veterans on win streaks that love to stand and bang is the perfect equation for a certified banger. Johnson at 39 is defying odds and space-time as he disposes of prospects like Daniel Selhuber and veterans like Atman Azatar. Hernandez has been holding his own as well, attempting to reassert himself in a stacked lightweight division. Hernandez has a very slight advantages in almost all the fighter metrics and is 6 years younger than Johnson, but in reality, this is about as close to even as it gets. It'll come down to who can manage their cardio better and who can weather damage throughout the course of 3 rounds. And I believe that Hernandez is better equipped to do both as he enjoys a better cardio and is more durable. My pick is Alexander Hernandez via KO. Up next, we have a fun fight between Charles Energy Johnson and Alex Perez. Johnson's been lighting it up since 2024, winning 5 of his last 6, and he's coming off a win against the young prospect Loner Kavanaugh. Perez is still ranked 11th in the men's flyweight division, which is surprising considering he's only won 1 of his last 6 fights and is coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Johnson opened as the minus 170 favorite and is now the minus 192 favorite with a win probability of 65.8%. The win probability calculator has Johnson as the favorite at minus 255 with a true win probability of 72.1%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Johnson to win 88% of the time, 50% via KO, 35% via decision, as Perez's cardio fades, causing Perez to get sloppy and make mistakes, giving way to his poor durability. The simulator also identifies Johnson as the dog with a gas tank that can absorb any of Perez's offense and continue to apply his own pressure. The expected outcome on fight odds is Johnson via KO TKO 39% of the time. Although Perez has only managed 1 win his last 6 fights, they've been against former champions and current title contenders. The problem is that he's in a deep slump and he's only experienced 1 win in almost 4 years, so he doesn't even remember what it feels like to win. As a former title contender, he's a falling star. Johnson, on the other hand, will look to make a statement as he makes his way towards the top 10 rankings, having already knocked out the current champ. Johnson has a 4.5-inch reach advantage and slightly higher output, but Perez dominates the fighter metrics, which make him a paper tiger, as he's not able to translate those metrics into wins inside the octagon. My pick is Charles Johnson via KO. Kicking off the prelims, we're going to have Modestas Bukauskas versus Nikita Krylov. Bukauskas is on an impressive 4-fight win streak while Krylov lost his last 2. Bukauskas opened as the -198 favorite and remains the -198 favorite with a win probability of 66.4%. The win probability calculator has Krylov as the pick'em favorite at -106 with a true win probability of 51.4%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Bukauskas to win 68% of the time, 45% via KO, as the dog factor is triggered for Bukauskas as Bukauskas weathers the early storm and takes over a gassed Krylov. The expected outcome on fight odds is Bukauskas via KO 52% of the time. This is a mutual threat fight with Krylov's 93% finish rate but 35% durability and Bukauskas' 73% finish rate but 50% durability, equally opposing against each other. This fight is just not going to go to a decision, folks. It's a race to the finish, literally, in a fight that is guaranteed chaos. Look for the fighter who is better equipped to survive a war of attrition. Krylov is a paper tiger. He dominates the striking and grappling metrics, while Bukauskas has good enough takedown defense to keep this fight on the feet. But Krylov's statistical advantage have not translated well inside the octagon, winning only 45% of his UFC fights, and he's currently on a 2-fight losing skid. Bukauskas has proven to be a dog, winning 8 of his last 9 fights. With a win here, he can pierce the top 15 rankings. My pick is Modestas Bukauskas via KO. Next, we have the Cameroon Predator Atiba Gautier versus Andre Pulyaev. Gautier is on an 8-fight win streak, all by knockouts, while Pulyaev is coming off a win against Nick Klein. Gautier opened as the -900 favorite and remains the -900 favorite with a win probability of 90%. The win probability calculator has Gautier as the favorite at -959 with a true win probability of 90.6%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Gautier to win 91% of the time, 70% via KO, as Gautier's strike differential of plus 4.62 tells the story of a dominant striker with no equal. Pulyaev has no clear path to victory. The expected outcome on fight odds is Gautier via KO 76% of the time. This is about as most predictable of an outcome of a fight as there is. Gautier via KO. I wish every fight was this easy to handicap. Even though both fighters are 6'4", Gautier has a 2.5-inch reach advantage, and with a 60% strike accuracy, it's guaranteed Gautier was gonna land a concussive blow. Gautier dominates all the fighter metrics, striking, grappling, defense. I'd be surprised if this fight gets out of the first round. My pick is Atiba Gautier via KO. Up next is a title contender fight between Umar Nurmagomedov versus UFC veteran Deiveson Figueiredo. Umar's only loss comes to Merab Dvalishvili, while Figueiredo is showing he's still got what it takes to win with a win over the castrated Montel Jackson. Nurmagomedov opened as the biggest favorite on the card at -1450, and he remains a -1450 favorite with a win probability of 93.5%. The win probability calculator has Nurmagomedov as the favorite at -484, with a true win probability of 82.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Nurmagomedov to win 96% of the time, 60% via decision, as Nurmagomedov's A-game trump card is triggered, weighing Nurmagomedov's elite takedown average against Figueiredo's average takedown defense, amplified by Nurmagomedov's dog factor, where his perfect durability and elite cardio will wear Deiveson down, predicting a suffocating, one-sided performance. The expected outcome on fight odds is Nurmagomedov via KO 33% of the time, Figueiredo via KO 31% of the time. These outcomes are outrageous to me, and the first time I recall them being at serious odds with them. Figueiredo hasn't knocked out anyone since 2020, and he's not knocking out Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov dominates all the fighter metrics, landing more, absorbing less, more accurate, better defense, better takedown accuracy, better takedown defense. I mean, everywhere. My pick is Umar Nurmagomedov via decision. Opening up the main card is another certified banger between Gene Silva and Arnold Allen. Silva was on an absolute tear before getting knocked out by Diego Lopez, and Allen has been out of service for 546 days. Silva opened as the -198 favorite and is now the -218 favorite with a win probability of 68.6%. The win probability calculator has Silva as a favorite at -156 with a true win probability of 60.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Allen to win 65% of the time, 50% via decision, charting a perilous path where margins are razor thin as he faces a hyper-aggressive, durable force of nature, relying on his durability and his veteran skill to survive the first round, shaking off the ring rust and taking control in the later rounds as Silva fades. The expected outcome on fight odds is Silva via decision 40% of the time, via KO 36% of the time. The simulator really likes Allen, and it's the only underdog on the card that it picked. But while Allen is the more experienced veteran, a 546-day layoff cannot be ignored. Timing, anticipation, confidence, pace. There's nothing that can prepare you for the intensity of a UFC fight, especially against an opponent like Giant Silva, and the stress becomes a multiplier. Allen has never experienced a layoff this long, and the excitement and adrenaline may be too much for his return. Silva has the striking advantage while the grappling metrics are pretty even. Allen has very good strike defense, but he's not dangerous enough to keep Silva at bay. Silva won't be looking to win a points match. He'll be looking to retire Allen. And I know Allen was talking about knocking out Silva, but with a 35% KO rate, that's going to be a bit difficult to achieve. My pick is Gene Silva via KO. Up next, we have Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Silva is the number 2 women's flyweight contender and is undefeated in the UFC and on a 13-fight win streak. Namajunas is holding it down the number 6 rank, and she's coming off a win over Miranda Maverick. Silva opened as the -425 favorite and is now the -410 favorite with a win probability of 80.4%. The win probability calculator has Silva as a favorite at -194 with a true win probability of 65.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Silva to win 84% of the time, 50% via decision, 30% via KO, identifying Namajunas' stats as a paper shield, inflating her chances of winning but not supported by reality. Silva's 92% takedown defense completely nullifies Namajunas' primary path to victory, forcing a striking battle where Silva is statistically superior in every metric. The expected outcome on fight odds is Silva via KO 34% of the time. Interestingly, Namajunas has a 27% chance of winning via TKO. As stated earlier, Silva has a significant advantage in the striking department and has excellent takedown defense at 92%. Namajunas has an average takedown accuracy to secure her 1.49 takedowns per fight. Rose is going to go for the takedowns, but the path of least resistance is really a dead end for her. Once she realizes that she won't be able to implement her game plan, she's going to be forced to fight Silva on the feet, where Silva will pick her apart, outlanding her every round. Look for Silva to control this fight from start to finish. My pick is Natalia Silva via decision. Next up, we have Salsa Boy Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus the Black Beast Derek Lewis. Cortes-Acosta has been busy. He's fought 5 times in 2025, winning 4 of those 5. Lewis, at 40 years old, is on a 2-fight win streak. Cortes-Acosta opened as a -285 favorite and is now the -310 favorite with a win probability of 75.6%. The win probability calculator has Cortes-Acosta as the favorite at -352 with a true win probability of 77.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Cortes-Acosta to win 74% of the time, 50% via KO, as Cortes-Acosta takes the advantage of Lewis's fading cardio and durability once the fight gets past the first round, and Lewis spends himself. The expected outcome on fight odds is Cortes-Acosta via KO 55% of the time. The first 5 minutes is Lewis's window of opportunity to land a knockout blow. His 86% finish rate is the most dominant variable the first round. And you better believe I'm going to throw down some money as for a Lewis KO round 1. But if Lewis can't put Cortes-Acosta away in the first round, then it's curtains for the Black Beast. To make matters more difficult for Lewis, Cortes-Acosta has never been knocked out. Cortes-Acosta has more volume and better strike defense, ensuring that the fight can stay on the feet if he wants to. But Cortes-Acosta can also take people down, and if Lewis gets too aggressive, controlling the Black Beast on the mat could sap him of that strength and energy, and that could be Cortez's game plan. Gaethje had Cortes-Acosta on the ropes round 1, and it could happen again. But I didn't think that Lewis earned his win over Teixeira, as Herzog called that fight early after Teixeira was acting like Spider-Man, climbing up that fence. My pick is Cortes-Acosta via KO. Up next is the new co-main event after the Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes fight fell off between Sean O'Malley and Yadong Song, and this fight has title implications. O'Malley is coming off back-to-back losses for the first time in his career and is talking about hanging up the gloves, while Song has won 3 of his last 4, only losing to the current champ, Peter Yan. O'Malley opened as the -185 favorite and is now the -198 favorite with a win probability of 66.4%. The win probability calculator has O'Malley as a favorite at -222 with a true win probability of 68.9%. The AI Fight Simulator picks O'Malley to win 81% of the time, 45% via KO, 36% via decision, as the layoff penalty is triggered for Song's 336-day layoff, and O'Malley's 5-inch reach advantage coupled with his high volume striking is a perfect path to victory against Song's most glaring weakness, which is his strike defense. The expected outcome on fight odds is O'Malley via decision 47% of the time. O'Malley's talk about possibly retiring in 2026 have made people think that his head is not in the game, and this is a great opportunity for Song to capitalize. And the money line has been telling that story as bettors have been pouring cash Song's way. But Song has never been able to secure a win over title contenders, and his win over Cejudo is not evidence that he's ready for the top three, let alone a title shot. O'Malley has a huge striking advantage, leaving Song to contemplate a grappling-heavy game plan. But not everyone's like Merab. If Song thinks that he can all of a sudden turn into a wrestler, he's going to have a rude awakening. Song will have to penetrate past O'Malley's reach through the course of 3 rounds, and he's going to get peppered by a motivated O'Malley looking to fight on the White House Southern lawn this summer. My pick is Sean O'Malley via decision. Finally, the main event between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje for the men's vacant lightweight title. Paddy is undefeated in the UFC, but his path has been a little bit padded. While Justin Gaethje is probably fighting his retirement fight, Paddy opened as the -115 favorite and has swollen to the -238 favorite with a win probability of 70.4%. The win probability calculator has Paddy as a favorite at -659 with a true win probability of 86.8%. The AI Fight Simulator picks Paddy to win 85% of the time, 45% via submission, as Paddy's path of least resistance becomes a super highway, as his elite submission game is the perfect weapon to exploit Gaethje's 60% submission defense. The expected outcome on fight odds is Paddy via submission 39% of the time. It's not like Gaethje hasn't had opportunity to become champion in the UFC. He's been to the doorstep more than anyone else. But his mediocre fight IQ prevents him from utilizing his greatest weapon in exchange for being an entertaining fighter. But Gaethje has only lost to elite competition, and Paddy has yet to fight an elite UFC fighter. This will be his first. Had it been a different time, the clear winner would be Gaethje. But that roll dog has miles on him, and the momentum and trajectory of these fighters are divergent. Gaethje still has the striking advantage, and he's still a dangerous opponent. If he can capitalize on Paddy's poor 42% strike defense, but his fight IQ is a hindrance, and he might just play into Paddy's game plan, an aggressive strike approach that leaves him vulnerable to takedowns and submissions. Gaethje's chin is also compromised, and he does poorly against fighters who incorporate grappling. My pick is Paddy Pimblett via submission. Thank you for checking out this video. Hit that like, subscribe button. Hit that. Peace out, folks.